Hey guys, so for dinner tonight I am making a baked eggplant parmesan. This is actually kind of my very first experience with eggplant and definitely my first eggplant parmesan. Now on this recipe it did have an optional first step. It said if you have extra time and would like to remove some of the bitterness of the eggplant, you want to sprinkle each round with a pinch of salt and then place the rounds in a colander in the sink to drain, or place them on a few paper towels for about 30 minutes. In the actual text of the recipe it said 30 to 90 minutes, so I decided to do 90 minutes just because when I saw the word bitterness it made me a little nervous. I wasn't really sure what to expect with the eggplant. So then after you let it sit, so that's exactly what I did. I went ahead and did this step because I made this on a Sunday night when I had extra time. So I just sprinkled some sea salt on both sides. It didn't really specify it was on one side or both sides, so I did both sides, put them in a colander, let them sit in the sink for about 90 minutes, and then you need to rinse them off with water and then proceed with the recipe. Now the recipe I'm going to link in the description box. I halved that recipe because it served 10 people. I was only going to be using this for 2 people plus some leftovers. So here I have some panko breadcrumbs that I put into a bowl and added in some Italian seasoning. And then I also add some Italian seasoning to my beaten egg that I'm using for my coating. So you just want to take your Parmesan that you have rinsed off and dried really well, dip it in your egg, and then dip it into the breadcrumbs. And then just repeat this until all of your eggplant rounds are coated. Now I'm going to be using the air fryer for this part of the recipe. You can use the oven. If you're going to use your oven, you want to have your oven at 425 degrees, and then you're going to bake these for 20 minutes, flipping halfway through. For me, like I said, I'm doing my air fryer, so I'm just putting them in my air fryer basket, and then I'm going to cook mine at 400 degrees for 7 minutes. I'll flip them over and put them back in there for another 7 minutes. As you can see, they came out so nice and crispy. Then you're going to want to put half of your marinara sauce that you're using. I just bought a store-bought marinara sauce. I love this Newman's Own one. You can make your own. It'll be a lot less points if you do. But just put half of the jar in the bottom of your baking dish. And then you just want to start layering in your eggplant. Again, since I halved this recipe, I only have 1 layer. In the original recipe, they do talk about 2 or 3 layers. So I just have 1 layer here, and then I'm just pouring the rest of the marinara sauce on top. And then this cheese I'm using is a fat-free mozzarella cheese from Lucerne, or you can use the Kraft or use whatever kind of cheese you would want. And then I also added on top of that a little bit of Kroger shredded Parmesan cheese. I used 1/3 of a cup of the Parmesan cheese. And then you want to bake it in the oven, again at 425 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes until your cheese is melted. And here's what it looks like when it comes out. It looks amazing. I served mine with just a side salad that I had some mixed greens, add some tomatoes, some avocado of course, and then I just put on 2 pieces of the eggplant. Now this recipe was really good. I myself was not a fan of the eggplant itself, so I probably will not make this again, but I don't think it's fault of the recipe. I think it's just that I'm not an eggplant fan. So I definitely, if you like eggplant, I encourage you to try this recipe. And don't take my opinion of it as that it's not a good recipe. Okay, so I am packing up my lunch and snack for this Monday morning. So today I just wanted something light, and I saw this on Pinterest and I thought, oh, that sounds really good. So it's just a hummus platter, and I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but I have a half a cup of hummus here, and I would have quite a bit of protein in it, and it is 9 smart points for a half of a cup, but the rest of it's 0, so I figured that's okay. So I have some tomato here, some cucumbers, some carrots, some bell peppers, more cucumbers. Here I have a Joseph's pita cut up into triangles, so this is 1 smart point. So lunch total is 10 smart points. I have my Teamy Skinny tea here that I'll drink on my way to work. And then for snacks, I have some grapes, a Dan & Light and Fit Greek yogurt and cherry, a hard-boiled egg, and a cheese stick. So these will be my lunch and my snack today. So dinner tonight was super simple. I just decided to do a barbecue chicken sandwich. So I'm using some rotisserie chicken, and then to that I'm adding some G. Hughes original barbecue sauce, and I will be serving this on one of the flat outs, the whole wheat with flax. And then I'm just serving that with a side salad that I have a tomato, avocado, and also having a little bit of unsweetened applesauce with some pumpkin pie spice sprinkled on top. So I am packing up my lunch, and this is what I am taking. This is my meal prep I made on Sunday. This is some buffalo chicken. So it's just some rotisserie chicken I mixed with some buffalo sauce, and that is it. Little salad here with some cucumbers, tomatoes, red onion. I was going to add some avocado, but I decided not to because I didn't have one cut already, and I don't think I'm using avocado tonight. And so I figured I would probably go bad. So I'm trying, because I don't think I'll have it tonight. So then I also have some turmeric cauliflower rice here. It's funny because I had somebody ask me, it was Krista, asked me if I was going to heat this up. And I didn't even think about it because I can't heat it up with my salad. So I'm going to try this cold. And if I don't like it, I'll eat my salad really quick. And then I'll heat the rest of it up. And I know I can eat this cold because I have this on wraps all the time. So that's probably what I'll do, is I'll probably eat my salad and then heat the rest of it up and eat the rest of it. So didn't even think about that. Probably next time I'll put my salad on the side. So anyway, this is just some cauliflower rice I have that has turmeric, some black pepper, and some onion salt. Yummy. And then this is just some of my Opa ranch dressing that I really like. There's just 2 tablespoons in there of that. So that is 2 smart points. So the only thing actually on this entire thing that has any points is this for 2 smart points, because this is only the breast meat of the rotisserie chicken, and now of course I take the skin off. So anyway, 2 smart points for that. And then my snacks today, I have a banana, I have some grapes, I have some carrots and a red bell pepper, some cheese, and then I have one of these chunky guacamoles from Costco that I will eat my vegetables in. And this is 3 smart points, 1 smart point for the cheese. So then my snacks are only 4 smart points. So for dinner tonight, I made a minestrone soup. It only takes 30 minutes. It is so good. You'll hear me talk about this for the rest of the week because it makes fantastic leftovers. So in this pot here, I have some onion and some carrots. So I have 1 whole onion that I diced up, and I did this on meal prep day. And then I took 3 whole medium carrots, peeled them, and sliced them into little rounds. And so I'm just sauteing these in a little bit of cooking spray until they're nice and soft. And it took about 5 or 6 minutes or so to get to that point. I also add in just a tiny bit of sea salt and ground pepper as well. So once the onion is a little bit translucent, then you can go ahead and add to your pan some minced garlic. I never measure minced garlic. I just used about a heaping tablespoon of minced garlic. And you want to add that in there and then just saute it around for a minute or so. Now you want to add in 4 cups of vegetable broth. If you can use any kind of broth you want, but if you want to keep this vegetarian, use vegetable broth. And then you want to go ahead and add in a can of diced tomatoes. I just use these no salt added diced tomatoes. And then you want to do a 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. Give that a good stir. And I also added in just a few dashes of Italian seasoning as well. Now you want to turn your heat up at this point and bring it just to a light boil. And once you have it onto a light boil, you want to go ahead and add in your beans. I'm using 2 cans of these organic tri-bean blend. They are kidney beans, pinto beans, and black beans. The original recipe just called for kidney beans. So you want to add those in there. They are drained and rinsed. Stir it up, and then you want to add in your pasta. The original recipe, it just said uncooked pasta. I am using these little mini bow tie pastas, and you want to do 1 1/3 cups of uncooked pasta. And just give that a good stir, and you're going to bring that to a boil, and then you're going to simmer that for about 10 minutes until your pasta is tender. And lastly, after everything is all cooked together, then you want to add in your green beans. I'm using these frozen green beans, so I'm just adding those in there, giving it a good stir, and letting it simmer for just about 5 more minutes for the green beans to get nice and thawed out. And this also cools the soup down a little bit so it's not so hot. And you want to go ahead and taste this and add any additional seasonings as you see fit. And as you can see, this is just such a beautiful soup. It's just so colorful and it tastes amazing. and I just served mine in a bowl. This is 2 Smart Points. This makes 6 very generous servings. You could cut it down if you wanted to pair it with something else. You can make it probably even less points, but I think 2 points for a large bowl is fantastic. Okay, so for Wednesday's lunch, I am taking leftovers. This is the leftover minestrone soup from Tuesday night dinner. So good, you guys. So good. This is getting me in such the mood for soup. So definitely going to see a 1 or 2 soups on the menu next week. Anyway, so good. This is only 2 Smart Points, which is amazing because you're only having to count for the pasta. So it's so good, you guys. And then for snacks today, I am bringing a yogurt, which I am assuming I will have pretty early because I did stop eating last night about 6, and so I can eat again at 10 o'clock if I do my 16 hours of fasting. So I have one of these pineapple 000 yogurts. This is 3 Smart Points. And then I just have some little petite dill pickles. I have a guacamole cup to have with my carrots. I have a hard-boiled egg for 0, grapes for 0, and then I have a light cheese stick here for 1 Smart Point. So my snacks are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Smart Points, and then my soup is 2 Smart Points. So this is what I am packing up to take to work. For Wednesday night dinner, I just had leftover soup, as well as for Thursday for lunch, I had leftover soup. This made a lot of soup, so I did take advantage of the leftovers. Hey guys, for dinner tonight, I'm having jalapeno popper chicken casserole. You want to go ahead and preheat your oven to 375 degrees. You want to lay your chicken breasts in a casserole dish that you have sprayed with some cooking spray. I am using pretty thin chicken breasts here, so the cooking time will be a little bit less, so it's also going to depend on how thick your chicken breasts are. Then you want to go ahead and season those with some garlic powder on both sides. And then you want to spread the cream cheese evenly on top of the chicken. I am using this Greek yogurt cream cheese that I get at Fred Meyer, which is also a Kroger store. And then you want to go ahead and take your jalapeno peppers that you have cut into strips. If you want them a little bit spicier, then you want to go ahead and leave the seeds inside. If you want a milder dish, you want to go ahead and take the seeds out. You want to just go ahead and lay those peppers on top of the cream cheese, and then you're going to sprinkle cheddar cheese on top of that. I normally would have gotten fat-free cheddar, but my store was out, so I'm using this Kroger reduced fat Mexi blend cheddar cheese. And I'm just sprinkling that on top of the chicken dish. And then you want to go ahead and bake that in the oven until the chicken is cooked through. If you're using regular sized chicken breast, it could take up to 45 minutes to bake. Mine took about 30 minutes. About 5 minutes before it was done, I went ahead and took my chicken out of the oven and added on the crumbled bacon. I am using this turkey bacon from the Simple Truth brand from Kroger. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on top of my dish and put it back in the oven for about 5 minutes. Editing Jess here. I just realized as I was editing this video, I never did show you my plate from this recipe. I did serve it with a side salad as usual, and it turned out fantastic. It was a little bit spicy. I didn't really warn the boys before they ate it, but they all really liked it, and I will definitely make this again. Thank you so much for watching. All the original recipes will be linked in the description box, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a fantastic day. Bye, guys. Inside your eyes, you make me feel like I'm awake. I don't know why you make me shine like a star.